My name is Immanuel Kant. I'm a rationalist philosopher from the great land of Prussia. I love that land, and I've never traveled in my entire life further than 40 miles from my home. I was educated at the University of Königsberg, and I was a professor there my whole life until recently, when I was asked to stop sharing my religious beliefs. I was appalled, and I resigned. Come in.
I have been informed to my dismay that you have been preaching your religious beliefs to your class.
What? That's preposterous. I have done no such thing.
Well, I have a video clip to show you of you doing just that sort right now.
Which one of you have been saved, students? Was it you, or you, who has been saved? Beware of false prophets, for they will lead you unto damnation.
So, if you would like to continue teaching at this campus, you must stop at once.
Well, in that case, I resign. When I learned of the philosophies of David Hume, I realized I needed to save philosophy from his skepticism. David Hume believes that all conclusions reached by man are merely subjective, and we can reach no real truth. David Hume believes that we cannot know causal relationships. For example, if a billiard ball moves across a table after a cue ball strikes it, we cannot know that the billiard ball moved because of the cue ball striking it, because we cannot observe the force vector exchanged between them.
Hello! I am David Hume. Good morning, evening, or afternoon, whatever you perceive.
Did you just slap that innocent man?
Just because the movement of my hand preceded his fall does not mean that it was the cause of his fall. There is no causal relationship.
I agree with David Hume's notion that we cannot know causal relationships merely through sensory experience. However, he also believes that all truth that man finds is simply subjective. I disagree with this notion. I believe the mind has innate categories of thought, which allow us to put information that we gather through the senses together to form certain truth. The categories of thought help us connect sensory experiences in a way that makes sense. For example, if we did not have the category of totality, we would not be able to speak of all of something, because we do not experience all of anything with our senses.
I reckon all sweet potatoes are purty.
Penelope, I don't know what in tarnation you mean by all sweet taters. The only sweet tater I know is this here sweet tater. His name's Jeffrey. Say hi, Jeffrey. Hi.
The rational principle that governs moral behavior is called the categorical imperative. According to this principle, one should only act in ways that are in accordance with what they wish to be universal law. For example, one should always tell the truth, because if everyone always tells the truth, we will have social trust and harmony. We must choose to act morally so that we can have a more peaceful coexistence. I live according to the categorical imperative. That's why I always tell the truth.
Hey, Bill, might come over for some dinner? I caught me some grub.
To be honest, you smell like squeeze cheese. My nostrils cry at the thought of you. So no. Psychology cannot be an experimental science for two reasons. One is that the mind cannot be objectively studied because it is not a physical thing. The other is that scientifically studying the mind through introspection does not work because the mind is constantly changing and cannot stand still to be examined.
Well, when the video's over, you can just go about your business. You know, have a good day.
Alright, stop it for a second.
Which takes you the shortest distance to get to?
One is that. Alright, stop. The rational principle. Okay, keep it going. Because we cannot. However, he also believes that we cannot. My glasses are falling off. Alright, you can stop it. No, stop, but just keep it going for a second.